likes working on weekends? Doesn't take a genius to answer that. Nobody. Sunday is for rest, for relaxation. It is a day when parents get to spend time with their school-going children, when you can connect with your friends who are busy working all week long. But you see, it's also a day when Christians go to church or keep Sabbath, a day of rest where they abstain from work. But not everyone gets a day off on Sunday. So what happens when your professional life clashes with your religious beliefs? When you're called into work on that day, do your religious sentiments make you more deserving of a weekend off? Meet Gerald Groff. He was a mail carrier in Pennsylvania. His job required him to fill in for other absent carriers as required, even on weekends. And here comes the conflict of interest. Groff is an evangelical Christian, and like any devout Christian, he observed Sabbath on Sunday, meaning that he abstained from work. In a bid to remain profitable, his employer signed a contract with Amazon.com. The workload increased. It meant more weekend shifts. When Groff was assigned work on Sunday, he refused to show up. Still, postal officials sought to accommodate his needs. They often tried to swap his shifts with the other employees, but it did not always work out. And his absence caused tension among other carriers. They had to take on extra work and cover his shifts. Groff received several disciplinary letters, but he continued being MIA, missing in action, on Sunday. Groff finally resigned from his job in 2019. But the conflict did not end there. Groff accuses the Postal Service of religious discrimination. He claims that the company's refusal to give him leave on Sunday was at odds with his religious beliefs. In fact, he sued his employer at a lower American court. His appeal was rejected, but Groff did not give up, and he has now appealed in the US Supreme Court. The justices are set to hear arguments on Tuesday. And this is what Groff says. I'm quoting, "I hope the Supreme Court reaffirms our nation's commitment to providing equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace." You see, the whole point of religious accommodation is that you make special arrangements to have an inclusive workforce. But where exactly do you draw the line? An off on Sunday is a much anticipated privilege. Both devout and non-religious employees deserve it. Does simply following a certain religion make you more worthy of weekend leaves? The US Supreme Court has a 6-3 conservative majority. In recent years, it has built a reputation of expanding religious rights. While there is nothing wrong with that, we cannot completely outrule potential risks. The risks of preferring one religion over another. Christians observe Sabbath on Sunday. For Jews, it begins at sunset on Friday and ends after dark on Saturday evening. For Muslims, it is on Friday. So where does one draw the line? And what happens when accommodating the religious needs of one group ends up conflicting with that of others? Take this for example. A conservative Christian might refuse to acknowledge the pronouns of a trans person. So what happens then? Will their refusal be accommodated in the name of religion? How would the trans person feel about this? Can you really be selective about inclusivity? And does that not defeat the entire purpose? WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.